What's good, YouTube? And welcome to some of y'all having a little bit too much disposable income. I'm not trying to do a boomer avocado toast rant, but seriously, Little D has been double digits and has consistent sales since September. I remember having a good laugh when this went from $5 to $6, up from pretty much $2. And yeah, it's a unique vanilla out of Joey's world where commons are hard to pull and it has the flavor text. Oh, it's the third leg of Exodia in my binder. But seriously, light play, not near light play copies at 13 for shock value in dinosaur combos and shock value in pages for a little bit of humor. I can't believe what I'm looking at. Yu-Gi-Oh community, why are y'all like this? Now, in dinosaur stuff that is going up because of the new support, Conductor Tyranno Collector Rare spiked from $30 to $60, actually has a sale at $60 and multiple at $50 after all the 30s disappeared and only has 6 listings. My opinion is I've personally held off from this for my collection, even though I love dinosaurs, because we have Stampede around the corner. Why would I go in when it could be quarter century secret rared, etc.? Now, if it's not in there, it could go up even further because people love max rarity dinosaurs, and then I'm in the long-term waiting game again. But I just don't find the risk of that versus getting a collector rare that could be collectored again or quarter century secret rared and be half the price. At this point, it would probably be 25, 30, right? Maybe even 20, depending on how expansive the set is. But I just don't feel like I would be going in even in the 30-some odds, let alone this, and it fell there for a reason. I want to do this as a PSA for both buyers and sellers and talk about both sides on this one. Major winter storm from Central Plains through Mid-Atlantic U.S. may impact delivery. I have a package going north from Texas that's stuck in Dallas since Thursday. So this is very real. It's affecting packages. And for vendors, I've already heard in my Discord, oh, I got 4 people already messaging me about their packages. Vendors, you have a job besides selling cards, and that's customer service. You are providing not just that card, but also the experience of that person buying from you. Good vendors will still answer, even if they find it annoying their mailbox is being blown up. Now, to customers, hopefully this enlightens you what's going on. I get that a lot of vendors have canceled orders and, oh, this card spiked, is it not really on the way? And that kind of anxiety of missing that opportunity of getting cards because you were able to think ahead and then having that happen, it's frustrating, right? So do be aware, a vendor's not necessarily screwing you over right now. There's real delays in mail. Those can pile up and those can actually cause losses. So both sides hopefully give a little bit of grace to each other. I feel like there's so much butting heads in the community between vendors griping about their customers and customers griping about vendors. There's bad actors on both sides, and there's really good vendors in the community. And of course, there's great customers as well. LZ of the White Forest Secret Rare continues to skyrocket. $35 almost for this card, and after tax, yeah, it's there. So when it comes down to it, it's not just the quarter century Secret Rare. We already talked about this starting to go up. It's going up further. People are really hyped for it in the format. Crossover Breakers. I opened the full booster case on stream. I got it from Gamer's Choice for promoting the Black Friday sale. I told you they'd take care of me, even though I didn't have a code for shouting them out, and I did say that it was sponsored for me shouting out their Black Friday sale. So I actually swept in the box battles on the entire case. It was insane. And for full transparency, everybody got to pick their box first, and then chat picked each and every one of my boxes for each box battle. There's no way I could have done everything. It was all on camera. It's the first time I've been that successful with a set. And also for reference, with Rarity Collection 1, I got swept 18-3. I won 3 whole box battles there. So I had a little bit of good luck coming. With that, I did actually add up the estimated value pulled, because whenever I have pulls I don't want, I end up selling them in the Discord for cheap. I think I already sold the Detonator. I got the, quarter century Secret Rare. I almost said Starlight. I got that and I sold it for 90 when it's like 130 some odd. And then I sold the Malice P Dormouse along with the Collector Rare Malice Q Hearts for 95. And so I pulled the top Collector Rare in the set. I pulled this quarter century Secret Rare. I pulled 5 Malice P White Rabbits, I pulled 5 Malice and Undergrounds. I've pulled 5 of one of the Rise Eels and 4 of each of the other. So I did pretty good. I still got under the value of boxes here. So it takes hitting the top to actually be able to beat the value on a case. That's pretty crazy. So the boxes are a little inflated at this point, even with those juiced values, because I did pull really good. It takes a lot to end up skewing it in your favor, and that's a really big collector rare pull as well. So do be aware if you're going sealed. It does feel good. It's fun to open. I did hit one of those boxes that had absolutely nothing. It was like Ryuge. It was the Malice Trap. It was just a bad box. It was like $7. It was awful to see. But for the most part, every box did seem to give back around 50 to 60. So it feels like you're not just losing out. And then the bigger boxes, you feel like you won big. But when I added up everything, it did not add up to the value per box, even though I pulled what seemed to be pretty darn good in the odds of top cards. Packbit is up in price. This gets sent in Malice off a firewall to be able to use its effect, and it's been a focus ever since it came out. I remember Tombox was on this one first, and so be aware this is around a $13-14 card, and the quarter century secret rare is on buyout mode. Also looking through this, because I was deciding how much I want to discount this in the Discord, Malice P White Rabbit has something interesting going on with the sales. Look at all the low rated / not top sellers coming in and listing. We still have a top seller first, and none of them are play sets, but it was low of 48 earlier this weekend, and now people are jumping on, and individual sellers. I haven't seen something like this with Yu-Gi-Oh! In a little while, where people are willing to make a deal because they hit something in those boxes and they want that rebate. Maybe they're going for the other deck, etc. Or maybe they got an extra copy of this because it's like 4 to 5 per case average. It's interesting to watch so many different unique sellers come in and be on the front page of a top card. I think that's actually a good sign for Yu-Gi-Oh! Blue Eyes White Dragon Platinum is another thing I pulled in a box battle that I lost, and this one has slowly gone up towards 8. And I'm gonna dare say that this is probably undervalued towards the structure deck coming out. Now, again, that's just speculation. I think these look at pretty nice on vanillas. I don't love Plat Secret, but I think it looks really nice on the vanillas, and a lot of people seem to think the same way, that even if they're not a fan of Plat Secret, the vanillas are looking good. This is $8 versus it being the top card in the set for collectability, and people love to collect every single version of Blue Eyes, so it's been going back up for its quarter century secret rare. The other quarter century secret out of the 10s is going. I could see people readily settling for the mid-max version, because a lot of Plat Secrets have been being bought out of Rarity 2 and Rarity 1. That means they'll eventually start in Bonanza. And what's the top card in the set, and what has support coming? There's a huge wall here, before Gamer's Choice even, by TCGU LLC here. So there's plenty of copies here helping keep the price lower. But at 1-ish per case, because we're looking at 20 some odd of these Plat Secrets, and then there's gonna still be the quarter century secret pulls out of the nostalgia pool. You're looking at just 1 and some change per case. So it's the mass case openers that have a lot, and after those dissipate and people will want play sets, I do think this will be going up over time, like pretty much every single version of Blue Eyes that is nice has been doing. And I got to see it in person. I do really like how it looks. Primate Lordly Loathe. This, I almost always say Primate. It reminds me of War Rocks when I look at this for some reason. But seriously, this card that continues to just go up and get its sales, it is one to watch for how people are going to be playing different decks. But that sale at 180 is absolutely ridiculous. I'm SETI is slowly going up. I warned y'all to get this engine early because it was popular in Master Duel. Now Orchest has support and people are balancing, should I be playing this with it? Will I be playing it with it? And it is getting traction and sales. Another thing I noticed actually is King Sarcophagus. The secret rare is now under quantities of the OG Ultra. Ultra. So people are slowly grabbing it, but it's not necessarily up in price. It's actually floated down just a hair versus where it's at, but it's still towards the top of its range. So I might get that sooner than later, of course, using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. But seriously, this engine is very cool. It's very popular in Master Duel. I think it's neat. I underestimated it at first, and I do think that it does have still a future in the game when it's unhit, especially depending on ban list. And then speaking of Orcust, Symbol Skeleton was brought up in the Discord for the rare. I missed this one completely. $2.50 for the rare. You might want to be looking through that old bulk if you've been playing for a bit. This is money at this point, and the supers are going even further beyond, of course. Is it Safina? Safina the Melodious Maestra? I murder names when it comes down to it. Like, at first I thought it was Sofina, and maybe it is like Solfachord, Sofina, but when it comes down to it, every single version, even the new OTS common, is money. Melodious is still performing. I believe, was it Herman who took it in Master Duel and wrecked shop with it during the recent event? But then it also can still be played in paper. Just be aware, super low on quantities, and something else to not just throw into your bulk. Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones got a double down buyout with all the Striker buyouts happening, so be aware this is even lower in quantities and further up in price over time. And Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon Quarter Century Secret Rare is towards $90+ at this point and is actually getting sales in the range. This is speculated to be very good in, I believe it's Dragon Link variants, so be aware that it has gone up. The Ultra is still like $650, which is down from its max, but so you want the access version, it's actually become more affordable, but this version is really just up there over time. And then finally, Memento getting some attention and coming back up in price. I feel like this deck is some people's kryptonite and other people just enjoy playing it. I don't know. Let me know if it does get better in these upcoming formats with its matchups. I feel like other things get more powerful in general, but let me know if you think this deck has what it takes in the rogue category. I just haven't played it enough to actually tell you, but I can tell you it's up in price. This just isn't the matchup I'm familiar with personally. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy those conversations. And I do rely heavily on the comment section and Discord for keeping up with stuff when I'm not quite as sure why, and I would never front that either.